Hello, welcome Solex Nation. It's the last week of the month, and Kai, what does that mean?
That means it's time to pull your reports. I feel like I haven't said that in a while. And so if you haven't heard that in a bit, it's the last day of the month. You have to pull your reports tonight if you want to kind of get a snapshot in time of how the month of January has gone. This is a good time to pull that report. It's never a perfect last minute of the month sort of thing, but it's something that you do want to do in order to know what's going on in your organization. So if you're watching this after Wednesday night, then it's too late. But Wednesday night is the perfect time to pull the report.
That's right. And we do say this at the end of the month. We try to remind you to pull your reports. Why is it so important?
Well, I mean, by tracking information, you're able to make adjustments and improvements. Without information, you're really just guessing.
That's right.
Right? And so this report, again, you don't have to print it off and do anything analytical with it. You just have to go pull the report, export it, and then you can download it down the road. You have to get to the point of exporting it. So make sure you do that. Those quick reports are the key.
Yes.
We made at least a couple quick reports for you where you're looking at your directs and you're looking at your entire organization. Just pull those reports, export them, look at them later, look at them when it makes sense or the time is right for you.
That's right. And that is just part of business building. And that's one of the steps to take. And speaking of business building, we will have a lot of business building training along with other training at our Day of Discovery. We're going to talk about new launches that are coming in the scanner and other things.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about education. We have a lot of scanner education coming and just general health education.
Yeah. And we're right up on. We announced that tomorrow there's a price increase on February 1, right?
Yeah,
We have
so
a
get your
price
tickets
increase.
now.
Still a great deal.
Yeah.
Still a great deal. And let me just kind of frame the great deal. When you think about this 7+ hours, 8+ hours.
Yeah, we're at 8+
We're at 8+
now.
hours already. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of hours of content where you have people who have spent a lot more than that amount of time studying, researching, trying to put together presentations for you that make sense. When you look at the trade-off, when you have let's say 9 or 10 presenters, you're talking about spending, $5 or $6 per present.
Right.
It's not much. And what you could yield off of that is so much more. So these events are intended to be really efficient, easy, and affordable deals in order to get some rich information.
So if you're watching this and it's Wednesday night, hurry and get your ticket because tomorrow, February 1st, the price does increase. Now, we also want to talk about, we got the question, if I'm going to an event, do I need to purchase a DoD ticket?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Like if you're gathering as a big group, right? No, of course you don't. You can get with that group. But if you want the 20% off coupon, you must have a ticket on your account or else you won't be able to get that benefit.
That's right. You get the 20% off coupon by buying your ticket. The other thing is if you're going to an event and they decide not to show all of the videos from Day of Discovery, you won't be able to watch them on your own.
Right, and that's true. One thing that we've done in the past, we don't guarantee this for the future, neither this event as well, is in the past, if you bought a ticket, we actually made that event available to you for life.
That's right, on Solex University.
Yeah, on Solex U.
That's right.
So it's worth buying the ticket.
It is worth buying a ticket.
So speaking of, we're at the end of the month, and it's not just the last moments to get the Day of Discovery before the price increase, but we also have something else that's running out.
Yes, today really is we have the last few hours right now to get free D3K2 for all new QLAs and PCs that are coming on. Of course, you've heard us announce this. It was our January incentive all month long, and we have a new incentive that starts tomorrow.
Yeah, and when we say all new QLAs and PCs, it's those that enroll with a bundle and a subscription.
Right.
You automatically will get the D3K2 sent to you. If you do that by midnight tonight on Wednesday night, that will happen. Starting February 1st, the new incentive, actually same rules, right?
Yes.
You enroll, you come in with a bundle and a subscription. You're actually going to get the ticket with the coupon code for the Day of Discovery.
That's right.
And that's a big deal.
It is a big deal. That's a lot of training.
If you're coming in and people are excited and they're like, okay, I'm ready to jump in, which a lot of people come in this way, right?
Yeah.
They come in with a passion and a fire. Let's lead them right into Day of Discovery where they get hours and hours of content.
So you as the enroller, just make sure that you are letting your new people know in February, hey, you qualified for this free day of discovery. Make sure you watch it. Just make sure they know that that's the incentive that they get.
Yeah, and just an idea, like as you're bringing them on, you bring them on and say, hey, why don't we gather together? Why don't we watch it at the same time?
Yeah.
Why don't we do whatever? That connects you to them, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have a podcast? We've talked about this a few times.
Yeah, and we've showed some clips of it.
We have shown some clips of it, but we are starting to build up our episodes, and it's getting really exciting. Well, we just released a new episode last Friday, and we showed a little bit, a portion of that already on our weekly update, but it is Sheila Day and Lauren Swenson, and they are talking about the power of MindSync.
Yeah, MindSync. Everybody's loving MindSync right now. MindSync is powerful in and of itself. And so there's a podcast out there. There's other podcasts already in existence, and there's more to come.
That's right.
Where do you find it? You can find it on YouTube.
You can.
Actually, you can go search Solex Podcast, and you'll find it.
It's not on our Solex LLC channel. It's a whole new channel.
Yep.
It's called Solex Podcast. And then you can also listen to these podcasts wherever you find your podcasts.
Yeah, so your Apple, Google, whatever. It might be, find the channel that you love. Go search Solex Podcast. You're going to find us. And we already have, I mean, even on that podcast, we haven't told anybody about it. And we have several hundred people listening to it already.
That's right. So fun. We have had a lot of people ask us about what's going on this year with Solex. When is Day of Discovery? When are certain things? So we're going to show you right here. This is our calendar for the year. And you can see we have different meetings for Golds and Higher. We have our Platinums and Higher Leadership Retreat, and we have our Days of Discovery listed on there. So take a screenshot of that so you have our Solex calendar.
Yeah, and I think we have this up on Solex Global as well. Solex Global will have this information. We want this information out there. And obviously, we'll do a lot of things to support you. We would love for you to attend if it makes sense for you. It's definitely not a requirement to be here.
Right.
We try to fill up the calendar enough, but not be overwhelming.
That's right.
But we have a lot of fun each year doing these events. So.
We really do. You know, last week we asked you, how do you use MindSync? And there were some great answers there. We're going to give away a box of Cephi dots. Now, why? Because that goes along with Dr. Ma'at. Last week we talked about her playlist that she used with Cephi dots to lose weight. And so that's how that tied in. So do you want to?
And we put the Cephi dot, in the area that you want to lose weight.
That's right.
I've been doing that.
Well, I have to say, I remember one time we did a Zoom call with Hannah Craig, and when the camera opened, she had a Cephi dot right here, and she goes,
"She had them right here." Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They're right here, and she goes, "I'm working on my thyroid."
Hannah, we love you. That was so fun to see. That was a great experience. But it's true. You're targeting the aim, right? The aim of the effort, not just the frequency, but also what your body is doing with that information. So it's perfect. All right, I drew the first one already. Getting a free box of Cephi dots. We don't have a name on this. This is at user ZQ4.
We'll put it up. We'll put it up right here. If this is you,
if that's
call
you,
us.
Let us know who you are so we can get you the box of Cephi dots. I'm using it right now to help a client with her sleep. I'm having her record the affirmation stating that she will sleep through the night. She will not wake up at 4 a.m. and worry about things. She will be relaxed and her mind will be calm, hoping it helps her sleep more peacefully. I love that.
Isn't that so great to have this tool in your tool belt? Like, that's amazing that you can do that.
Calm the mind.
Well, I want to know what happens.
Yeah.
Give us an update.
Yeah, we need an update.
All right, next one is Judith Labert. I use both Inner Voice and MindSync regularly in my therapy practice. They are very powerful for my clients, especially the kids. It speaks to an inner wound and brings peace and calm that I visibly see on their face. I have a kiddo who is mentally struggling, causing physical issues, and to see her issues reduce with regular use of Inner Voice and MindSync helps create a new level of healing that is visible. Watching their healing and changes taking place in front of me is mind-blowing.
You know, we talk about tag teams in other ways, but the moment MindSync came on, it just makes perfect sense with Inner Voice. That combo could not be better. What a powerful punch. Yeah. 1-2 punch.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right, last one for a box of Cephi dots. Here we go. Sheila Day. Sheila Day, 5212. All right. I use MindSync to break free from all limiting beliefs and create my life living in my full potential. My life is changing in powerful ways that are blowing me away because I get to allow my cells to hear my voice speaking truth about who and what I really am instead of all those bad, negative, defeating messages that play on autopilot. I love the power we have with MindSync to be intentional about the messages playing now and the reprogramming that subconscious. Thank you, Solex. This is going to change the world when everyone starts using it. I agree with you. And Sheila, obviously, we talked about the podcast with her. You'll hear in detail actually what that is.
Yeah.
But she's right. If this was used, if all was used, the only things that were used was inner voice and MindSync. If that's all we had, it would be worth the price we pay.
100%.
And if everybody used it, it would change. I think it would change the world.
Mm-hmm. Which is what Sheila is trying to do.
Yeah.
It's very fitting that Sheila won that. Because of Sheila, there are several people here at corporate who are using MindSync for the first time because Sheila inspired them to do so. So congratulations to all 3 of our winners. We will send you all a box of Steffi Dots. And let's move on to our top enrollers.
Yeah, top enrollers for the week of January 22nd to 28th.
Yes, and we have a tie for second place. We have quite a few actually in second place. The first one is Ming Ming Yao.
And then we have Lachelle Wyme.
Leanne Littlewood.
And Deborah Carlson. Congratulations
all 4 of you. Yeah, they all had several that they brought on. So that's amazing.
Solid work.
Yes.
And then back in first place.
And we're holding your coin. You don't even get it. No, I'm just kidding. We're holding it until we get a big box of them. Okay. And then we'll send them all to you.
This is now to our expectation. Like if you just don't do this forever,
we're disappointed if you don't get this next week.
It's like the sports team you love to hate because they always win.
Yeah, but I actually love her.
Yeah.
So I'm glad she won.
We want everybody to win. But I want somebody to dethrone this person.
I love her.
She's amazing.
Okay. Congratulations, Simmons Holistics Inc.
Maybe it's too easy.
No.
Maybe it's just too easy.
No,
for her.
she's doing some great work.
No, congratulations.
That's a big deal.
Well done. It's impressive. It's impressive. Every week that you do it, to keep up that sort of pace is phenomenal.
It really is.
So well done. We could all learn from you, and we hope to.
And we are going to.
Good.
All right. Speaking of learning from people, we have 2 wonderful women on the call today. First, we're going to hear from Jennifer Nelson Hawks, and after her, we will hear from Jessica Zevallos.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this evening's call. And I was asked to speak about some goals, January goals, and what does it really look like in the health and wellness industry to have realistic goals set that we should be setting from that health and wellness perspective. And so it took me a while to think about this because oftentimes January rolls around and we think about, okay, we need to go to the gym every day. We need to go, cut out alcohol or cut out sugar or do all the things that we think we need to do. But oftentimes it sets us up for failure because they're not realistic or long-term goals that can actually happen. So I've put together a couple of realistic, which I think are fairly realistic goals to put in place. Then looking at what does it mean to have these goals in place and how do I know that they're working? And then how do I continue them on throughout the year? So the number one reason for creating some goals or health perspectives for you in whether it's January, February, March, anytime during the year, because the reality is we don't have to just start on January 1st. Number one is to embrace an anti-inflammatory diet. Now, what does this mean? Because I know it feels super overwhelming to think about a diet. In fact, I don't really love that word at all because there's so many trends out there and we're all so very different. But the key is very simple. If you fill your plate with fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, it's going to be about nourishing your body and fighting the inflammation that comes in from a natural state. But it can be an enjoyable way to do that. So when we think about that, again, we're thinking about proteins, whether you're vegan or not vegan, proteins, healthy fats, and whole grain carbohydrates. So we're eliminating, if you think about that, we're eliminating the sugars for blood glucose imbalancing. We're eliminating high inflammatory foods, whether they are coming from fried foods or whether they're coming from oils that are hydrogenated or oxidized oils. So just think about an anti-inflammatory diet. When you do an anti-inflammatory diet as well, you're also going to be feeding your body the fibers that it needs in addition to the carbohydrates. And, it's not about a lot of carbohydrates. It's about the carbohydrates, non-starchy carbohydrates that are full of the fibers that are feeding all your good bacteria. The second thing is a mind-body harmony approach, because in the rush of life, everything can feel extremely overwhelming. But finding a moment for mental wellness is crucial. So incorporating things like meditation, deep breath work, yoga, all of these can be transformative when you're looking at how to relax the body and calm the vagal nerve. So this is about empowering your mental health. So finding ways such as doing a box breathing where you breathe in for 5, you hold for 5, and you breathe out for 5. Maybe it's breathing in for a count of 7, holding it for a count of 8, and breathing out for a count of 4. Maybe it's doing the 1-to-1 ratio where you're breathing in and out within seconds of each other. Whatever feels good for you. It's also creating that positive mindset. Waking up every morning and saying to yourself, this is going to be a good day. Actually, this is going to be a really good day. So when you wake up, you open your eyes up and you think that immediately, things will start to fall in place for you. If you wake up and say, oh my gosh, I am late, everything is bad, it's going to be a terrible day, guess what? You're going to have a lot of roadblocks in that day. So mental health. The third one is moderate, consistent movement. Movement doesn't have to be daunting. It doesn't have to be massive amounts of exercising. It's about incorporating regular movement in your day-to-day, like walking or having something that you really enjoy. Maybe it's dancing around your house. It's about celebrating the movement whenever and however that brings you joy. I recently, for myself, I made a pact with my husband that I would do 30 minutes of something a day. And you know what? I had a not so great end of the year. Some of you may know, some of you don't. I lost my father. But I made a pact to myself. And sometimes it would be just putting one foot in front of the other for 30 minutes. And I did it. It's making those little changes for big outcomes. The fourth one is quality sleep and rest, because we all know we need it. So good quality sleep is foundational. Prioritizing proper hygiene can be transformative. So making the mornings less groggy and making them feel more refreshed, more awakening, more alive. It's about giving your body the rest and the recovery that it deserves. So maybe that means that you don't have your cell phone scrolling Instagram right before bedtime. Maybe that means that you don't have a nightlight on for who knows what reason. Maybe it means a dark room. Maybe it means essential oils at bedtime. Maybe it means a cup of tea before bedtime. Maybe it means taking your favorite sleep time supplement at bedtime. Turning down the brain, calming down the nervous system to get you into a restful sleep will make for a much better, proactive, productive, amazing day the next day. And then the fifth one here is limiting processed foods and sugars. Yes, this kind of goes along with the first one we talked about, that anti-inflammatory diet, but sometimes it's hard to do. But just think about nourishing your body and allowing it to be, allowing for your body to be mindful of what you're actually consuming. So are you reaching for the donut? Are you reaching for the bag of M&Ms in the afternoon? Right? Are you reaching for the starchy carbohydrates? If so, think about why you're reaching for them. If you're reaching for them because you've got some emotional stuff going on, okay, give your body grace. But if it's because you're in a perpetual habit and you need those dopamine spikes, think about why you need those dopamine spikes. We've got to turn those perpetual cycles off. So removing those type of processed foods and sugar is crucial for creating better health and a happier gut. If you all know me, I love gut health. All right, so now we're going to look at the benchmarks for success. And what does this look like? Well, number one, if you're going to do an anti-inflammatory diet, most likely you're going to have some reduced inflammation. So imagine moving through your day with less discomfort, more vitality, energy, and feeling good. Because feeling good isn't just a goal, it can be your new reality. Then we have the improved mental clarity or the improved mental health, right? A clear, calm mind can signify and enhance every quality of your life. The journey to less stress and, of course, the emotional balancing that we get from that is very well worth it. And you will start to notice those. You'll start to notice that things just become lighter and easier and happier when you've got this mental capacity to do the things that you need to do. But you have to sometimes train your body to get there. Of course, the improved strength. So when you start to move every day, you're going to notice that it's easier to move every day. Maybe you increase the time. Maybe you increase the resistance. Maybe you start adding weights. When your body feels stronger and better, it's going to be more agile. And you know your efforts are paying off when you can move freely and do the things that you may not have been able to do. Fitness is not just about endurance, it's about feeling alive. Then we get into the better sleep quality. Of course, waking up feeling refreshed and rejuvenated is a sign of true wellness. Quality sleep is the cornerstone to good health. We all know this. So again, change those habits of whatever you're doing at nighttime and be able to improve those so that you have that good, healthy sleep, or when you're waking up in the morning, you have that just rejuvenated feel. And of course, there's the eating habits. So we talked about reducing the processed foods and sugars. Well, when you start to reduce those, you're going to start to notice that you're developing a natural preference for nutritious foods. And it's about evolving your palate. It's about understanding what you're craving and why you're craving it. And you're going to start craving what's truly good for you. Now let's get into in my opinion, the positive reinforcements for recommendations for staying on track. Because this is not just a goal that we have for a month. We want to create longevity with this. So number one is to celebrate your wins every single day and understand that each step forward is a win, no matter how small it is. It's part of your journey to your own wellness, and we're all different. So do not try to compare yourself to someone else. This is about you. The second one is eating mindfully. It's about savoring every bite and nurturing your body in a calmed state. So if you're eating on the fly all the time, stop, relax. Allow your body to take those nutrients and truly do something with them. This is an opportunity for you to connect with your food on a deeper level and start to really understand how it's nourishing your body. Of course, the third one is to take the time and reflect on your progress because it is essential. For this, I love journaling. Journaling can be a great way to self-reflect because oftentimes we're in such a hustle bustle and go, go, go that yes, we're like, okay, I feel better, but wow, when did I start to feel better? And when you journal, you'll start to see those changes super fast because they're right in front of your face. You can't deny what you wrote the day before. But you can try to talk yourself out of it. You can try to say, you know what, gosh, I thought I was feeling better, but now I've got this headache. But wait, this headache hasn't been there for a while. What did I do differently? When did this change? Don't know because it was subtle. So remember to journal. Spending time in nature can be extremely healing and rejuvenating. So it's simple and powerful, and it's a way to reconnect with yourself because you are the most important. I know we all have people that we have to take care of. We have things we have to take care of. But if you don't take care of you, you're not going to leave a whole lot of room to take care of other people. And you're going to find yourself sick, worried, run down, not sleeping, not eating the way you should be. So even if it's taking 5 minutes a day to do something you want to do, I need you to remember to do that. Because when you are happy, the world around you is going to be happy. And this is also a great way to create some grounding. And then support yourself with people, loving people around you. So this one's about alignment, aligning with people around you that help to encourage your journey and help to create an environment to help, basically to be your biggest cheerleader, because you're worth it. So making sure that you are having loved ones around you and not people that are bringing you down. And if you do have some of those people bringing you down, start limiting your time with them. I hope you enjoyed this talk today, because it is a very encouraging way to know that each one of our goals moving forward doesn't have to be elaborate and just so cut and dry, black or white. We can create changes that are lasting for longevity, because 2024 is about longevity.
Hi, I'm Jessica Zevallos, and today I'm going to be talking about meditation. So meditation is something that is so powerful, and I can tell the biggest difference in my morning when I am doing it. And being a mom of 4 boys, it is a little bit hard time, right, to find that time in the morning with school, getting ready for school, off to school, a morning routine and everything like that. So I have found if I can get up at least 15 to 20 minutes early and just take that time to do a meditation. Meditation is something for me that I really struggled with at the beginning. I had a hard time quieting my mind and being able to do it. So a trick or a tip that I found that worked really well for me is with just lighting a candle. And then during that time, at the beginning, I just first went 30 seconds. I lit the candle, I just looked at the flame for 30 seconds. And then next time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to a minute now, see if I can do it for a minute. And then I moved to a minute, and then moved to 2 minutes and 3 minutes. And for me, I find the perfect time to do this is right after doing an inner voice. I am already in that right mindset. It's a perfect time to just add it right after that. So I like to do it right after I've ran an inner voice scan, listen to my balancing harmonics, and then I'll do my meditation. Just sitting quietly, just for a few minutes. There are also so many amazing guided meditations that you can follow along with just on YouTube. Just type in on YouTube, guided meditations, find one that you like and try that out as well. It has been such a great thing, and I think it would be awesome for you too as well to take that time, give yourself that gift, and put yourself first and make yourself a priority.
Well, Jennifer and Jess, what great additions to this week's call.
Yeah.
Right? They are powerful people with powerful messages all the time, every time they speak. We love them, and we hope that everybody got something out of Jen's in particular, we're talking about, making strides in our life towards the objectives, things we want to accomplish. And it's the end of January. This is when everybody is like, the gym's already empty again.
Yeah, that's so true.
Right?
If we were all to take a snapshot of us today and compare it to a snapshot of us of the last week of last year, January of last year, how would we look at those two snapshots?
Oh, that's interesting. That I don't think we do enough of that. I don't think we knew. I mean, we self-assess. Most of us self-assess throughout the day, right? But this whole idea of like, okay, last year I set some goals for last year, and we're a year later. Am I better? Am I worse? Am I the same? That's a great assessment to make.
Yeah.
So maybe let's make that this week's call. Comment on this call after the live chat. Comment. Where were you last year? Where are you this year? And are you making the improvements? And if not, what do you want to do to alter that so you do make the improvements you want to make? And you know what? A great thing to do when you are trying to track your success.
Write it down.
Write it down, right? And so we have Solex journals. We're going to give away 3 Solex journals with the Solex pen.
There we go. I like that.
All right, how about that? To everybody who comments on this call, let's get some traction on this. Let's see if we can figure out, where are we? Are we making? And what areas did we improve? Maybe what areas do we want to continue to improve in? And let's do that. Comment on this call. We'll draw 3 next week. All right, everybody.
See ya.
Okay.
For this, this call is time.
Good, because I didn't like how I said it, so I'm glad that you screwed up.
Okay, sorry. No bloopers yet, okay? No bloopers.